All right, so today we're going to look at Sony's Extra Bass MDR XB70BT. Now, you guys know that I reviewed the 650BT and the 950BT, and I love those products. But how did these do? All right, I'm going to go right off the bat and tell you guys that I have a severe love-hate relationship with these earbuds. I will get into the pros and the cons. Obviously, this is a review, but there's some things that just don't sit well. We'll start off with the fact that it has 9 hours of battery life. It has HD voice calling, and it has NFC, and these retail for $99.99. Now, you would think right off the bat, this starts to sound very promising. Simply put, with the accessories, you get your micro USB cable for charging, and then you get a plethora of ear tips to make sure you get the exact fit so that you get the best sound out of these. All right, so now we are going to look at the earbuds themselves. Now this, I'm going to start right off the bat and tell you why there's a love-hate relationship. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. The hate side of this is the design. I don't get it. Like this flappy band, I mean, it goes around your neck and you see how long the cable goes. I mean, seriously, like, this is ridiculous that they go down this far and that this thing sits right here. Now you'll see probably as I'm talking, and it won't do it now because I'm trying to prove a point, but these easily, for some reason, and I don't know if it's because one side weighs more than the other, but they constantly do this and go like this. And I mean, it doesn't matter if the earbuds are in your ear or this. I mean, they simply just keep sliding around. Now, when I wore these under a collared shirt, they didn't move at all. So I think the collar kind of helped keep these things at bay. But otherwise, the whole time you're using them, I mean, I noticed that they slid around. It was kind of an annoying thing. It didn't pull the earbuds out of my ear, but it was just weird when you go to reach for the controls because everything's on the inside of here, that sometimes you're reaching here, sometimes you're reaching up here, and it's just inconvenient. All right, so let's go ahead off the bat. You see that this thing is rubber and doing the worm. On the right hand side, and it's marked left and right on the inside of the pieces themselves. On the right hand side is where your NFC is. So if your device has NFC, you can simply touch it and it'll pair automatically. On your left side are all your controls. It's also where the mic is located, so that when you're making calls, taking calls, everything's right here. The controls are pretty straightforward. You have your power button, your play, your pause button down at the very bottom. Okay, so if it's sitting at your neck, down here at the you feel them. You can feel where the buttons kind of stick up. That is your power button, play and pause. Now, the one other thing that was completely weird to me, because I'm used to wireless earbuds, the control to go volume up and skip the track forward is always at the top. Volume down is down. Well, these were switched around. So to skip forward, you had to reach for the top button, go down to the button below it to get those controls. And so it was just a little confusing. I know that it's a minor gripe, but it's still kind of a pain. Again, you get used to things a certain way, and then it just throws it off. But otherwise, build quality wise, these are good. I do like the cable a lot. They do have a little slider on here. If you want to pull it up here and kind of clip it this way, you can clip the cables together. Again, I don't guess I understand the purpose of this, but at least it's there for something. The big thing, and the very reason that you're watching this review, is how do these things sound? Well, when you put them in, I can say that these have some of the best seal I've ever had on an earbud. Now, what I mean by that is as soon as they're in, they're in. They don't feel like they're coming out, and it blocks out a whole lot of noise around you. Now, the really cool thing about this is the bass, because these are labeled as extra bass, is insane for earbuds. Now, this is where the love side of this relationship comes in with these. I absolutely love the sound in these. Yes, I love bass, but I love bass that really just punches you, but doesn't affect the rest of the sound. It is absolutely amazing. Now, these have 12mm drivers, which is really impressive in an earbud, but the way that they design these, the bass is so incredible and so thumping that it doesn't matter if it's drums. It's real tight on drums, and it can get bloated in some genres. It just kind of depends on what the frequency of the bass is that's coming in, but these are just so much fun to listen to. Now, they do retail for $100, but I've already seen sales and I picked them up when they hit 50. Like right now, I think they're 70. And Sony's extra bass headphones seem to fluctuate in price, and you'll just kind of have to play it by ear and keep your eye on it, and you'll get the right price. But at $100, I think these are incredible. I just don't like the fact that they move on your neck. For $100, the sound alone is well worth it. They could have sold these for $150. It's that impressive. Like, bass in hip hop is just so thumping, and it really just resonates in the earbud. So like it hits and it just kind of stays for a little bit. It has this really thick sound. It's what you would call a warm sound signature, but at the same time, the treble and mids, the vocals sound incredible. The highs, everything still came through really clear. So you don't lose anything just because these are pushing bass, and I think that's really important. So at $100, definitely recommend if you're gonna wear a collared shirt, or if you can figure out a way to keep this thing from sliding around. I don't know why I can't figure it out. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you guys so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.